Hey guys, Dark4 here again. Back at it with another quest. This one's going to be Rune Memories. It's a direct sequel to Rune Mysteries, which I just completed. And yeah, it's just a second part of Rune Mysteries. Like, it's a direct continuation. It's classified as long, and that's probably aptly so because there's a lot of dialogue, and I remember this quest when I was playing it. But that makes it all the more lore heavy, so very interesting stuff. Regardless, this is another 5th age quest. Takes place before the gods return to Gillinor. Ariane quest line, second one. Just a refresher for anyone who's interested in that. So, yeah, let's get started.
I think I'm close to finding out what happened here. I could use your help again if you're interested.
What do you need help with?
I want to cast a spell on the source of the power beam. I think it'll tell me who removed the enchantment and released the vortices into the tower. I don't know exactly what'll happen though, so I'd like you here in case things go wrong.
Tell me more about this spell you're going to cast.
It's a divination spell that reveals basic information about ongoing magical effects. Elrond taught it to me when I first joined the tower. I've barely used it since training, but it occurred to me that it might tell me who removed the enchantment from the power beam. It's not normally used on effects this powerful though, which is why I'd like you here.
I'm happy to help.
Okay, let's see. Abac Distine Cal Mentor. Oh dear. I must have miscast the spell. I can't seem to move. I think I'm stuck in the power beam.
Are you alright?
Yes, I'm not hurt. And I don't think I'm in immediate danger. I just can't move.
That was careless of you.
Yes, I'm sure you're finding this very amusing. But I prepared for this eventuality, didn't I? I asked you to be here in case something went wrong. It looks like that foresight has paid off. So, can you get me out?
How can I get you out?
I think I'll be released if you can disrupt the source of the power beam. Actually, I've already got an idea about how you could do that. If we were to recreate the ritual that created the power beam, that would disrupt it and release me.
Are you sure that would work?
No. It's worth a try though, isn't it? If it doesn't work, we can try something else.
Maybe I should go and get help?
I'd rather you didn't. No one's meant to know we're down here, remember? If my idea doesn't work, or if we end up in real danger, you could go and tell Wizard Elrond, but there's no call for that yet.
Hey, what do you want me to do?
Take these runes.
Ariane gives you a fire rune and an air rune.
Use the fire rune on a red vortex, and the air rune on a grey one. If I'm right, you'll see something happen.
Okay. So... boom. And then where's the grey one? They're both glowing now.
It worked. I thought so. It's just a matter of picking the right rune type. You're holding soul fragments of 2 of the wizards who lived in the old tower. My idea is that if you put these in places in the tower where these wizards once were, you can trigger memories of what happened. You should start by using them chairs in the library.
I'll get you out of the beam.
What I want to do is recreate the ritual that the old wizards used to create the beam. I think that will release me. But in order to do that, we'll need to learn about the ritual. I think watching the memories of the old wizards will give us the information we need.
How do I know which chairs to use them on?
The chairs were probably marked in the colours of the 4 orders. You'll need to use the air rune on the grey chair and the fire rune on the red chair. You'll need to place both runes before you see anything.
How can runes contain soul fragments?
Runes are pieces of rune essence that have been imbued with magical energy. Different types of rune, different types of energy. That's the fundamental principle on which tower-style magic is based. By manipulating runes, we're combining the different types of energy to create magical effects. The old wizards would have used the same type of energy to create the power beam. Something went wrong, and the energy ended up imprinted with fragments of their souls. So, if magical energy is stored in runes, and the soul fragments are made of magical energy, I reasoned that the soul fragments could be stored in runes. Once I'd figured that out, it was just a case of preparing the runes to store some more energy, and finding the right type of rune for each soul fragment.
Alright, we'll do that now. Go to the library. And that's the red chair. That is the gray chair.
What Zanmaron got you working on now?
Enemies of the Order must taste the flames of our wrath.
I thought your order perfected attack spells decades ago. Isn't Surge the theoretical maximum?
It's not about power. I'm looking at ways to make the spells bypass defenses.
Can't be done. Ozakan proved you've got to have line of effect.
I know. It's one of Zanmaron's impossible problems. I meant to try to solve it, to learn why it can't be solved. That's what I can't work out. I can't see what's wrong with my solution.
Let me see.
May?
You're bypassing line of effect by angling the spell through a secondary plane using runes of law. I mean, it's not a complete solution, but the principle is... Do you know what you've got here?
What do you mean?
I think you might have solved the teleportation problem.
That's not funny, May.
I'm serious! We should show this to Azris. She spent years trying to crack the problem. She's written volumes on why it can't be done. If this is an elementary mistake, she'll have seen it before.
And what if it's not an elementary mistake?
Then she'll take it to the council, and you, my friend, will have a major school of magic named after you.
The runes return to the inventory as the memory finishes. Yep, go back to Ariane. Also, yeah, the voices are abnormally low even for me, so I apologize if they're low.
Did it work? Have you managed to trigger a memory?
I saw them talking about the teleportation problem.
Amazing. I wish I could have seen it. That could have been the start of the breakthrough that led them to creating the power beam. I think we're on the right track.
What was the teleportation problem?
Most of the spells in the standard spellbook date back to the old tower. Combat spells were mostly created by red wizards, enchantment spells by blue wizards, and so forth. The only major exception are the teleport spells. The old wizards knew teleportation was possible, but they didn't learn how to create new spells until the last days of the old tower. Solving the teleportation problem changed everything. It let the wizards create the lodestone network, and the rune essence teleport spell meant the tower didn't have to rely on a delicate land rune. route to get runes. I've prepared runes to hold the other 6 soul fragments. You'll need to use each rune on a vortex of the appropriate color.
Ariane gives you some more prepared runes. Water is green. This one's another blue one. This one is green. And then red. And finally, gray. Okie doke. And talk to Ariane again.
That's all of them. You should be able to use those runes to trigger the rest of the memories. The leaders of the 4 orders use the shrine room to hold meetings. That's the room upstairs with the statues representing the 4 orders. If you use the runes containing the soul fragments of the 4 masters in front of the statues of their orders, I think you should be able to trigger a memory.
I've got a question. I'm not sure if this will show me anything new, but
the leaders of the 4 orders use the... If you use the runes,
which rune should I use on which statue?
the law, nature, chaos, and cosmic runes contain the soul fragments of the masters of the 4 orders. You'll need to place each rune in front of the statue representing that master's order. The orders were associated with different elements. Blue wizards with water, green with earth, red with fire, and grey with air. If you examine the statues, you should be...
Oops. Alright, I'll do that now. Yeah. So we use the cosmic rune on cosmic rune on northwest statue, and then nature rune on northeast statue. Blue order law rune on the southeast one. And as she said, these each represent the different gods.
Zanmaron, may knowledge guide you.
Do you know what this is about?
Strength through chaos, honored friend. I have no idea. I suppose you were in the middle of something.
My history of Gillinor. I have almost reached the dawn of the Second Age.
Ah, when my Lord Zamorak enters the scene, when may the rest of us read this masterwork?
When it's ready, my impatient friend, you know that.
Strength through wisdom, gentlemen. Do either of you know what this is about?
We have no idea. I suspect Azris is keeping us waiting in order to inject some drama into her announcement.
She has an announcement.
That's what I'm guessing. Ah, here she comes.
Balance is power, my fellow wizards. I'm sure you're wondering why I've gathered you here.
Honestly, my dear, it hadn't occurred to us to ask.
Since Gothics guided my order's founder to the Rune Essence Cave, the tower has struggled with the problem of transportation. For every rune we make, we must bring essence here from the mine, through icy wilderness and across pirate-infested seas. Wizards of all our orders have lost their lives bringing the runes the tower needs. We have long known that teleportation is possible, but have failed to invent a new spell that could connect the tower to the rune essence. My fellow wizards, this document contains the theoretical framework that will allow us to create new teleport spells.
Azris, this is amazing! If this is true...
Temlin, would it work?
Yes, I believe it would. It solves both the distance and line of effect problems by routing the movement through a second plane. Of course, we'll need to find an appropriate plane to use.
All I have is the seed. I will need each of your help in developing it into a ritual. No one of our orders can do this alone.
Even so, what you've shown us here is a major breakthrough that deserves recognition. Whose work is this?
It is my own. After a lifetime of searching, Gothic saw fit to grant me the necessary inspiration.
What a liar.
You are too modest, Azris. The gods may inspire us, but the work is our own.
Indeed, and there is more work to be done. We should all study this properly and then reconvene. I will be in my study with my apprentice. Strength through chaos, my fellow wizards.
I saw where the back stopped. Whatever. Okay, we go back.
Welcome, Grey Wizard.
Back to Ariane again.
Did you succeed in triggering another memory in the shrine room?
Green Master solely read a princess's idea.
What? That can't be right. Surely the wizards of the old tower were above such pettiness.
Sounds like you idolize the old wizards.
I suppose I must have done. I was barely more than a child when I joined the tower, and Wizard Elrond told me about its history. I used to daydream about the old tower, wizards of all faiths working together.
Followers of different gods can never work together.
Do you really think that? The gods fought one another in the God Wars, but they're gone from the world now. I thought the followers they left behind could put aside their differences. And it did work. For a time. The first tower stood for 70 years, and its wizards invented most of the spells we use today.
Okay, so what do we do now?
After the meeting in the shrine room, the masters would have gone to their studies to talk to their apprentices. Can you try to trigger another memory there?
What runes should I use and where?
Each of the 4 masters had a private study, but I think some of them will have collapsed. You'll need to find an intact one and work out which master it belonged to. Once you've done that, you should put the rune for the master of that order on the master's chair, and the rune for that order's apprentice on the chair facing it.
Alright. Now, go to the eastern library door. Oh, no, sorry. It is north. With Eastern Rune, this is just a bunch of rubble. Glowing Chaos Rune on that chair. And then the glowing Fire Rune on the other chair.
Strength through chaos, Master. You wanted to see me.
Caliban, whose apprentice are you? And to which order do you belong?
Master, I am your apprentice, and I belong to the Order of the Red Wizards of Zamorak.
Then why did you take your idea to Azris of the Green Order, rather than coming to me?
I thought, May and I thought, that since Azris was the expert on teleportation research...
May and you? So both the Green and the Grey Orders saw your idea before I did?
I'm sorry, Master. But it came to nothing anyway. Azris said the idea was a blind alley.
Earlier today, Azris presented your idea to the Council as her own work.
What?
When I looked into it after the meeting, I saw your handiwork in there, and traces of the problem that I sent you. You have a brilliant and chaotic mind, Caliban the Red. Azris has worked on the same problem for so long that her mind has turned to stone, and her apprentice hasn't had an original thought in his life.
They stole my idea.
No, Caliban. They took your idea. They took it when you handed it to them. How many times have I told you that we do not trust the other orders? This tower became great precisely because the four orders are in conflict with one another. We of all the orders should remember that.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do about Azris taking your idea? Nothing. You missed your chance to have your name attached to this. I will put hands over your head for the rest of your career, spurring you on to greatness. Perhaps then, Zamorak will make something of you. What I'm going to do is complete your work. Your solution requires a second plane of existence for the travel to pass through. I mean to find such a plane. If I can do that, then the Red Wizards will take some credit for the ritual, even if, thanks to you, it is not the full credit we deserve. Go, now. Think about how you can redeem yourself in Zamorak's eyes. I need privacy for my meditation.
Yes, Master.
As a Korax, keeper of the key to the abyss, hear me. By the staff of Armadil, on which Zamorak impaled the Empty Lord, I charge you to appear.
Who calls me from the infernal vestibule?
Runes return to inventory as the memory finishes. Okay, then we go back to Rian.
Have you managed to trigger a memory in one of the studies?
Red Master summoned a demon.
A demon? I knew that some of the Red Wizards were demonologists, but I had no idea there was a demon involved in the spell that created the power beam.
He said it was the keeper of the key to the abyss.
Of course. That makes a lot of sense. Teleport spells need to move the traveler through a second plane of existence in order to bypass obstacles. The teleport spells in the standard spellbook use a plane called the Abyss. It's dangerous and chaotic, but that's not normally a problem because you're only there for a split second. The old wizard's ritual created a link to the Abyss which teleport spells could then use. That's what the power beam is. All our teleport spells use the power beam as an anchor. Something modern-day wizards have never understood, though, is how the connection to the Abyss was made in the first place. That must be what the Red Master wanted from the demon. The key to the Abyss would have been the last thing they needed to create the power beam.
Didn't you talk to a demon?
People are never going to drop that, are they? Yes, I talked to the cage demon in the wizard's tower. Elrond taught me that you can't trust demons, but that doesn't mean you can't ever learn from them. You just need to be careful. The Blue Order of the Old Tower forbade any contact with demons, though. I don't imagine the Blue Master would have been pleased if she found out the Red Master had summoned a demon.
So what do we do now?
After he completed the ritual, the Red Master would have needed to distribute it to the other orders. I would guess that he did that by meeting the 4 apprentices in the library. See if you can trigger another memory in the library. I think you'll need all 4 apprentices and the Red Master.
Where exactly should I put the runes this time?
You'll need to put the 4 elemental runes on the chairs of the corresponding colours. Water goes on blue, earth on green, fire on red, and air on grey. You'll also need to place down the Chaos Rune, which contains the Red Master. I don't think he had a chair in the library, so you'll have to put it on the table.
Okay. East to the library. Use the glowing runes. Wait. Oh, water here. Fire on red. Earth on green. Air on gray. Chaos on the table.
All I'm saying is there have to be limits. There are things mortals can do, but some things should be left to the gods.
And who decides what gets left to the gods, Perry? Your order?
We all have to examine our consciences.
With this power, we could end hunger, end disease, end war, unite the world. My conscience would be fine with that.
And who governs this new world, May? Your order?
Master?
Strength through chaos, fellow wizards. It's good to hear a healthy argument coming from the library.
We were talking about what we could do once we have the Rune Essence teleport spell.
And what we should and shouldn't do.
Then you'll be pleased to know that you will soon be able to act out your moral dilemmas for real.
You've completed the spell, Master.
Indeed, I have completed the ritual that RS the Green presented to the Council. I have made a copy for each of you to take to your master. The ritual requires 8 participants who must stand in a specific pattern. Please stress to your masters that the ritual must be performed exactly as described. Any deviation could be extremely dangerous. We can commence as soon as we're ready. I'll see you in the spellcasting chamber.
And there are the runes in my inventory again. Okay, back to the main chamber. Talk to Ariane again.
So, what did you see?
The wizards were about to start the ritual.
We're nearly there. The ritual would have taken place in this room. All we need to know is where each of the 8 wizards stood.
Vegeta. Explain this ritual to me. Oh wait, what am I supposed to do? Yeah.
Okay. Moving something with magic is simple. Like when I helped you move the statue of Eritona. It took a lot of runes and effort because of the statue's mass, but it was a simple principle. It's the same when you cast an Earth Strike spell, or whatever. You're making the rock move from you to your enemy. You can't make it move through a solid wall, though. For a teleport spell to be useful, it has to be able to bypass obstacles. And that's what the wizards of the old tower had so much trouble working out how to do. That was the teleportation problem. Caliban's breakthrough, the one you saw him make in the first memory, provided a means to travel around an obstacle by briefly entering a different plane of existence. A different universe, if you like. On its own it was useless, because the wizards didn't have access to a second plane that they could travel through. That's what Zanmaron was looking for when he talked to the demon. The ritual would have opened a permanent connection between this plane and the one Zanmaron found. Teleport spells could then use that connection to travel anywhere in the world, including to the Rune essence.
Wizards were arguing in the last memory.
I wish I was surprised. I had always hoped... I know this is irrational, but I had always hoped it would turn out to be a purely magical accident that destroyed the old wizard's tower. It's looking more and more like it was destroyed by infighting between the different orders. We won't know for sure until we recreate the ritual, though.
Alright, what now?
All we need to know now is how the wizards were arranged in the ritual. If we could find fragments of the document the wizards wrote the ritual on, we could piece together what we need. You should search the ruins. See if you can find any parts of the ritual document. The pieces are likely to be in the studies in the library.
Okay. Alright, so now we go to library again. Search the shelves. Can't see a darn thing. Completely black. That's all 4 of the... Oh, here. Okay, parts 1 and 3, and now we go to the study. There's the crates and the chests in each room for everything. There's one. Another one. I must have missed some other chests. Okay. Really? I need two more things. I need the diary and I need fragment number 5. There's a diary, but I need the last thing, wherever that is. No way to make this brighter. Oh, it's completely blocked off. Now let me see if the guide has a picture. Indeed there isn't, so I guess I just have to find that last chest. Oh, okay. But I looked at that already. Okay, once you've found all the document fragments, head back to the main chamber. And let's read them in order. Participants in the ritual are to be 8, 1 master and 1 apprentice from each of the 4 orders. No 2 masters may stand next to one another. Neither may 2 apprentices. Neither also may... ... 2 apprentices. Neither also may any 2 wizards of the same order stand next to one another, lest power be concentrated in one order's hands. The primary opposition among the gods is between Saradomin and Zamorak. Therefore, the masters of these gods' orders must stand opposite one another across the spellcasting circle. The secondary... The Green Apprentice stands at the left hand of the Grey Master and at the right hand of the Blue Master. Leader of the ritual, that is the Red Master, must stand at the southernmost part of the circle. He begins by chanting. Let me read the diary. As my task nears completion, the burden of secrecy that I bore so easily for years now wears heavily on me. Soon, the tower will be destroyed. Until then, I must live around these sickening wizards. This diary must become the outlet for my true thought. I know that my master would approve of my actions if I could tell him anything about them. Everything I do according to the values that he taught me. My only regret is that I cannot reveal my motives to the wizard who will play the key role in my plan. When I first met her, I had hoped that my influence could convert her to the side of Zamorak, but I see now that her heart will only allow her to be a grey wizard. No matter, the naive curiosity that makes her so clearly a grey wizard will ensure that she plays her part in my plan. Soon, very soon, I will complete the task that has been passed down from Red Master to Red Apprentice since the founding of the Sacred Order of the Staff of Fire. Enemies of the Order must taste the flames of our wrath.
You should search the ruins. See if you can find any parts of the ritual documents. The pieces are likely to be in the studies in the library.
I found some document fragments.
That's it. Using the information in these fragments, you should be able to work out where each of the wizards stood during the ritual. You'll need to read the fragments and work out how the wizards were arranged, then put the runes on the floor of this room to trigger the memory.
Found a diary in the ruins.
Surely this can't be real. I thought the wizards of the old tower were noble seekers after the deep truths of the universe. First we learn about their bickering and academic politics, and now this. If this is real, there was a plot to destroy the old tower from the inside.
The diary doesn't look that old.
That's true, but that doesn't prove anything. Any of the old wizards could have enchanted a book against decay.
Who do you think wrote the diary?
The only wizard who fits is the Red Apprentice Caliban. The wizard he said was unwittingly helping him must have been May.
Enough about the diary.
You need to read the fragments and work out how the wizards were arranged, then put the runes on the floor of this room to trigger the memory.
Okay. So, law to the north. Let me put fire to the northeast. Nature to the east. Air to the southeast. Chaos. Next up. And water. Cosmic. Earth.
It worked, thank you. The memory's starting. I want to see this.
Where's Zanmaron? It's not like him to be late.
Maybe he's...
What?
Never mind.
Strength through chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Are we prepared?
We are prepared.
Please remember, once the ritual begins, we must all keep our places in the circle. If anyone senventi or destine renescet.
Ava, Salakar, Nimporto.
What's that?
Please concentrate, Perian. Saparanti, Morudo, Calmentor.
No, I can see something behind Wizard Zamoron. It's a demon.
Please, the ritual must be performed exactly as written. Senventior destine molenko.
May, can't you see it?
It's safe, Perian. I studied the ritual. It uses demonic power, but it's safe.
You knew. Demonic power is never safe. We have to stop.
I'm sure the demonic influence is minor. The core of the ritual is still Wizard Azris's green magic.
Green magic? traitors! I was there when Caliban made his breakthrough. This is his work.
Azris, is this true?
It should have been mine. I've worked all my life on this one. Some kid has the idea. It should have been mine.
It doesn't matter whose idea it was. We must complete the ritual.
No, Zamaron, it does matter. If I had known this entire ritual was based on red magic, I would never have agreed to take part.
It's worth it. With this power, we could build a perfect world, end disease and war.
And you think that justifies this? I cannot take part in this ritual. Come, Perian.
No! If you leave the circle, we can't contain it!
What a dummy. R.I.P.
The Red Master was hit by the full force of the power beam. No wonder that started a fire that... Wait, it's happening again. Get down! Ah!
R.I.P. Ariane. Okay, now we go up to the surface again. Probably shouldn't use the Wicked Hood. Talk to Wizard Elrond.
Hello again, adventurer. What can I do for you?
What are you doing down here?
I am nearing the end of a long line of arcane research. I just need to consult a final few books in the library. Soon this room will be the site of a breakthrough that will change the tower forever.
Ariana's hurt in the ruins of the old tower.
You are right to come to me. I have experience dealing with that sort of magical coma, so I should be able to bring her round.
Will she be okay?
Oh yes, there's nothing to worry about. Magical comas rarely last long. You'll see her up on her feet very soon.
What can I do?
You've already done more than enough, adventurer. You can leave this to me now. A magical coma is a delicate condition, so you should leave it to an expert.
I didn't say she was in a coma.
Oh, did I slip up? Did I let on that I know more than I should? Almost as if I planned this whole sequence of events, and my plan is so close to completion that I'm becoming careless about what I say.
Ooh, I bet you guys didn't see that coming. You planned this? Ariane was your apprentice.
She was my apprentice, and she has done exactly what I taught her. She's a born grey wizard, clever but naive. I just had to give her an interesting hook, and she'd go wherever her curiosity led her.
You wrote that diary.
Oh, my diary. I was wondering where that got to.
Why would you do all this?
For revenge, adventurer, slow burning, passed down through generations, dish best served cold revenge. Two of the ritual participants survived the destruction of the first tower, Perian the Blue and Caliban the Red. Perian founded the second tower and blamed the first tower's destruction on red wizards. Caliban went into hiding and took an apprentice, who in turn took an apprentice, beginning a secret order of elite red wizards. I am the secret heir to the sacred tradition of the Staff of Fire, and today I bring the vengeance of Zamorak against the Wizard's Tower.
Enough talk. Prepare to fight, Red Wizard.
It's too late for that, adventurer. I have no quarrel with you. Leave now, or be caught up in the tower's destruction.
(2012) graphics.
Behold the vengeance of the betrayed souls of the great old tower! Behold the bloody foundation of the new tower, rising to destroy it!
Master, what's going on?
My dear apprentice, you are fulfilling the purpose for which I trained you. Your wide-eyed search for truth has led you exactly where I wanted. Don't worry, you won't have to contain that power for long. The soul fragments will tear you apart, and the explosion will level the tower.
So we talk to Ariane.
Adventurer! You have the right to interfere!
Leave him alone!
So, you've learned to channel that energy. Enjoy it while you can. Any moment now it'll overwhelm you.
Stop talking. I'm trying to concentrate. Adventurer, I think someone wants to talk to you.
Fascinating. If I understand this correctly, I am one of several personality fragments possessing an unwilling host body. I assume this is an effect of Zanmaron's ritual being performed improperly.
Temrin the Grey. So you've retained some degree of consciousness?
This situation is unstable. Adventurer, I recommend you draw each personality fragment out of the host body before it is overwhelmed. In my case, a cosmic rune should make a suitable receptacle. You will need to time your actions so that the rune being used matches the color in the cycle. Supposing I cannot observe this phenomenon from an external vantage point, how will?
Okay, so we need to wait until...
Thank you. But there are 7 more. It's all I can do to keep them contained. I'll let them speak through me one by one.
My God! I always dreamed of the tower having an orbit. Is this real?
Archmage Perion! You built this tower! Built it on the bodies of the Red Order! Now you'll play a part in its destruction!
Archmage? What are you talking about?
The water. Yep. I send as well.
Hey, I think I get this. Adventurer, you need to wait for the right moment and use an earth rune.
Shut up, Slam! No one even remembers you.
my tower beam, my teleportation anchor. It worked. May, can you see it? It worked.
Master!
What?
The Blue Wizards killed your master and drove you underground. But you founded a secret order to seek vengeance. This is that vengeance. Hold on to that body. Any moment now. Destroy the tower. Enemies of the order must taste the flames of our wrath.
I don't care what some other me did, and I don't want to destroy any tower. Adventurer, you said you could get me out of here. Do it.
Send again.
We're hurting someone. I can sense it. If you have a way to get me out of here, please use it.
It's too late for that watery wizard. You disobeyed my master and stepped out of the circle. You destroyed the old tower, and I'll use you to destroy the new one.
Who are you?
I am Elrond the Red, heir to the sacred tradition of the Staff of Fire. I am the vengeance of Sanmaron and Calavan, whom you betrayed!
Sanmaron and Calavan were my friends, and you are nothing like them, you peaceful little man. Adventurer, get me out of here before I do any more harm.
Just whispers.
I still think a green wizard would come up with an invention.
Never! Only Zamorak grants us the creativity to have truly original ideas!
Really? And what original ideas have you had in Red Wizard? As far as I can tell, you're more interested in destroying our little wizard. Adventurer, get me out of here.
Excuse me. Send again.
Idiots. They deviated from the ritual, and now look what's happened. Disembodied soul fragments possessing some slip of a girl.
Lord Sanmaron!
Who are you, and why should I care?
I am heir to the sacred tradition of the Staff of Fire. The Blue Wizards betrayed you, but we have worked in secret for 100 years to bring them down!
Worked in secret for 100 years? Self-important tradition of the magic stick? You're...
But, Master, I'm doing this for you!
I've had enough of this. You, adventurer! Get me out of here! I come...
Then I need to cut him off.
Look at the tower, Rune. It might not have as broad a foundation as the old one, but it's reached just as high. Such a pity someone would try to destroy it. Call me out, adventurer. Use the last rune. We're free, but I think I can see a more fitting host for us than these runes, don't you?
So, here we are, false Red Wizard. Your apprentice contained us for the height of this tower. Let's see how long you...
Overwhelm me then! Let me explode with the fury of Zamorak! With my death, the tower will fall!
Oh, I don't think so. Let's see where this teleportation goes.
No, don't!
Zanmaron.
No! To the abyss, my fellow wizards. To the abyss!
He said yeet.
He's gone. I can't believe he was using me like that. He mentored me for 10 years. How could I not have seen it?
Are you okay?
I'm shaken, but I'll recover. If you hadn't been here, though, I couldn't have contained that energy for much longer.
Where did Elrond go?
To the abyss? The soul fragments of the old wizards made him teleport there. He's dead by now, or will soon be. The energy of the soul fragments will destroy him like they nearly destroyed me. He'll explode in the abyss. So the tower is safe.
So what now?
I think that's it. We found out who released the vortices, and we stopped him. That's what we set out to do.
You don't seem very happy.
I've just had the soul fragments of 8 powerful wizards inhabiting me. I nearly exploded, and then I found out the man I most trusted had been lying to me for the last 10 years. Please forgive me if I'm not at my most cheerful.
We did find out what happened to the old tower.
Yes, that was interesting. Thanks for helping with that. And we saw the ritual used to create the power beam. I need to write that down before I forget it. It could open up new lines of alternative teleportation research. Adventurer, I want to go away and think about this. But thanks for your help. I hope we can work together again in future.
Alright, well that's the quest done. Pretty long, but I think it was worth it. Lots of interesting lore to be learned from that. Not a lot of magic XP, not a lot of rune crafting XP, but an introductory quest, so let's check. What? Oh, cool. And then we got these things too. I don't know if they're worth anything. They're just cosmetic. So if we go to Ledger door, like what does he say? I didn't want to go all the way to the top, I mean to the bottom.
It seems I owe you thanks, adventurer. I trusted Wizard Elrond so much that I was blind to his plotting beneath my nose. As thanks for saving the tower, I have given you access to my personal Rune essence store. Take as much essence as you want from the chest in this room.
Okay. Destroy these. Take my rune essence. And there she is. And I'm sure the other wizards have stuff to say, maybe.
Hello, young sick.
Okay, no. Elrond is not there anymore. These ones are not talkable to. What does Grayson have to say?
You got the old fool his beads. Think you're clever, do you?
Well, yes, actually.
You'd better watch your back. When you least expect it, I'll be there. You shouldn't go sticking your nose into other people's affairs, meddler.
This guy should have been the bad guy. Never mind. Does have anything to say?
Oh, hello there. Can I do anything for you?
Okay, I guess it's only Setrador who has extra quest dialogue. Anyway, that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching.